Hey, what's up, guys? Just wanted to come on real fast, talk just on the hourly chart. If we're just looking at price, what happens? The news came out here, the low we made of the day, the high. There's the 4 hour gap we're in, the daily order block we're in. On the hourly, there's this high. That's just this gap, and it's just like a close target. You have this high right here and this swing low here. Just some areas. If you're looking at a lower time frame, price came up this morning, took this CPI news, and there was entries here to go long to here. You see price came back into this area and it's filling this gap that we have on the 15-minute. When it's in this gap, it comes down, makes a swing high, comes down again, and makes another swing high, comes a little lower, breaks above this swing high, and you see at 1600, which is 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, the Asia session. If you were trading, if you are a trader who only has time to trade sometimes after work, in the evening, like, when you're chilling, what if you were to take trades? You'd probably have to do like 250. Let's just see what it looks like. 1 to 6. Okay. Okay, that's better. So what if you were a trader in the Asia session who you can only trade in Asia? That was your only time. You have a job, you have a 9 to 5. If you were looking at price here in the 15-minute, this is the low that we've tapped into a gap, and then you saw price move higher. So if we're just following what's going on, we're respecting this gap here. We're moving higher. We broke this high. We have another gap here that we've came into. Once we tapped it, if we're looking at price from the opening here, this high at the open, we came down into the gap. We swept this low. We've tapped into the gap, and then now we've moving away. Again, we've broken this high. We've broken this high. So you could have potentially been in this trade and you would have just been targeting, this high and maybe this high, but you'd have to take partials. You have to take partials going up. I know it's not the best risk reward, um, but maybe you are okay with playing it like this, 100 pips, 100 ticks. Maybe you're okay with doing it with 100 ticks, and you're going to enter right at the top of this fair value gap, which is this candle's low, and there's this candle's high. That is the fair value gap right there. That's breaking a structure. That's why it's important. Not every gap is important, but this one breaks structure after tapping into another gap. So that's why it's important. Then once we tap in from 4 o'clock open, we come down and then we start moving higher. What happened in the lower time frames in there? On here, like, we broke structure here and here, and we started moving higher, and we were kind of continued to break structure. Right here, there's a move up and a gap. Like, that's like the only really gap that you got filled. This gap didn't get filled. This gap did not get filled. Maybe there's an entry somewhere here where you could be taking real fast to here or to here. Just wanted to come and share that real fast. Thanks for listening and watching. This would be much better if you were risking 100 ticks just to target this high, a 1 to 4. That'd be a great trade if you could get this. But you might be wrong sometimes. If you're only risking this little bit of a stop, you might be wrong. It's better to cover like at least 50% of this like whole area. This whole candle right here, this whole zone, you should at least be covering like the lower 50%. You know, but maybe you're happy with this. This is all you could do, but you were able to repeat this over and over again. It's not the best risk to reward, but it's a pretty safe, highly likely to play out trade. You risk $100 here, and you're making $160 here. So, you know, you'd have to decide if that was the kind of trader you want to be and whatnot. But you're just kind of following what's going on at an appropriate time. If you were able to see that quick enough, or you trusted that plan enough. If you're just entering right here, you don't know this move yet. You don't know what's happening here, but all you do know is that this is here. You're seeing it as it's happening live. We're watching it. And then bam, 1600 comes, and that's a time we can be interested in. So maybe you're in this trade. I'm not in any trades. I was just talking. I just want to share. Hope you guys have a good evening. Thanks for listening.